And then we got to look into the Dan Hooker files because I think you're going to be mind blown with a few things. And
All
then
right,
we'll
let's
end the
get into
stream.
that.
Yeah. She
Bro, those
released
were
part 2 of the Dan Hooker files. Is
bro, it was
crazy.
crazy work, bro. Like she's so
She toxic, but dude, Dan went for the
bro,
most
yeah,
toxic bitch you could imagine. She literally
she's a
looks like it.
she's a scorn lover for sure.
Yeah. Dan's an idiot
Like
for
she
trying to get her to sign an NDA after breaking up with her. It's like, bro, are you kidding me? After you break up with her, she's not signing shit.
well, didn't it seem like she got mad because he pulled up on another OF girl and like started taking her out too, right?
Yeah, and he was posting it on his story, bragging about
Right.
it. It's like, dude,
Oh,
don't
Sam
do that.
Peterson, he don't give a fuck. Sam Peterson MVP.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Tough. That's gonna be
I
tough
like
for
that.
Sam Patterson. We'll see.
It is going to be Patterson. I'm sorry. Yeah,
MVP
it
just
is. It
such a
is. But
fucking veteran.
he is. But if you pull that off, okay,
Yeah.
deserved,
I mean, definitely, you're certified if you pull that one off.
certified, right?
Okay, so let's go.
Can you
Let's
do you have the ability to put the screenshots up on the actual screen right here,
um
like Academics does?
mm, not really,
All right.
because we're not in a split screen, but I might be able to.
The whiteboard.
Let me see. Since you're asking, let me try. Let me try. Bear
Yeah,
with
why
me.
not?
Yeah, bear with me. Okay, here we are. What you think of this?
Oh,
Is this kind of nice?
oh,
Kind of
game
tight?
changer,
Yeah.
game changer. Hey,
All right. Shout out to all the boys in the chat right now. Run up the likes just for this right here.
wow.
Okay. So
Oh,
allow me
all right.
to read this off to you. All right. So first off, let's go to what Dan said today. So Dan addressed his baby mom or his stripper ex-mistress for the first time
Stripper
seriously.
X.
That's what she is. She is stripper ex-mistress. He finally addressed the allegations seriously. So let's hear it. He says, okay, it's been a minute. I'm back to training, but before I go back to my team, I feel like I need to address a couple of things, mostly out of respect for people I care about who have been going through it. My wife has been my rock and will always be my best friend and the mother of our awesome girls. My kids are my world. I'll look after my family until the day I die and every day after that. They mean everything to me. I don't think most of this is anyone's business, and you know what they say, you shouldn't believe everything you see and even less of what you hear. The blowups on social media caught me off guard. I honestly didn't think anyone would take it seriously, but since people care, it's pretty simple. I ended an arrangement with someone. Naturally, she wasn't happy and asked for 100K for an NDA. I said no. What happened next was wild. She was clearly upset and started a campaign of lies to try to embarrass and defame me, and mostly to intentionally upset my family. I'm not making excuses for myself. It is what it is, but it hurts when the people who end up getting dragged into it are the ones who did nothing wrong. So, he's painting a picture of a scorned ex. He broke up with her, wanted her to sign an NDA, and, blah, blah, blah. So he wants to, word it
You,
as though he's kind of getting a
you know
dub,
what?
right?
You know what's crazy is that his previous responses were more dubs than this.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he had to try to go out and explain himself, it's almost an L.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into it because this pissed her off. She was
Right.
okay with his previous responses, playing it off like it's a joke. But
Oh,
when
she
he
was
provided receipts, she was not happy.
right. It's like an ex that you break up with, and then like she just every time you see her, it's just like drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just read you
Left
guys.
me?
I'll read you guys the cliff notes, and then we'll get into it because it's important. What do you,
Left me?
Yeah, exactly. So here it is, right? Here's the cliff notes, and then I'll read you the details. But she goes, or Dan Hooker's stripper ex-mistress has responded to his claims that she crashed out and accused him of being gay over him breaking up with her and refusing to pay 100K for her to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and released part 2 of the Dan Hooker files.
She was just waiting to drop that,
Oh, she
bro.
had him on deck.
She
And
was
so
waiting, dog.
here's what she released. She posted text messages revealing she broke up with him over a gay corn addiction. She also alleges he ripped a Cartier bracelet off her and had his foot on her neck the night before his fight at UFC Qatar. I mean,
Oh.
she was at UFC Qatar, bro. Go look at her IG. She posted pics from the arena.
How
Like
many followers she
he
have?
flew her ass out. I didn't even check that. But he flew her
Yeah.
ass out to be with him at UFC Qatar. Like this was his baddie. A stripper
That's crazy
baddie, bro.
work.
He's no better than fucking Tank Davis.
But
What's
that's
with these
crazy
guys
work.
getting with strippers? That's the biggest cuck activity ever.
I mean,
Bro, what?
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
it's way more sexy having a modest chick who has barely any bodies. How, like, what? How the fuck are you choosing this
all right.
over
Well,
that?
that's a whole different conversation. I get
But
that.
you're a UFC fighter. You got the bag. Like, why can't you go get that? Like, you got no
True,
game,
okay.
homie.
Okay. I feel you on
What the
that. I feel
fuck
you on
is
that.
going on? Like, if a regular dude off the streets pulling a baddie, why are you going into the strip club? You're above that. You the superstar. Anyway, let's read the Dan Hooker files.
Okay.
So she goes, "Where's any evidence of anything you are saying? An arrangement question mark, an NDA question mark, you breaking up with me? Any of it? Oh yeah, exactly. I left you at Nobu in Melbourne. By the way, if a girl wants to take him to Nobu, tread carefully. I left you at Nobu in Melbourne for being disgusting at me at the table. I said I was going to the bathroom, but got an Uber home and packed your shit, then left it outside my apartment for you to collect. I broke up with you. You offered $50K NDA for me to not speak on the shit I found in your phone during an argument in December of last year, to which I replied $100K and laughed. That was the only time an NDA was ever brought up or spoken about. We both laughed it off and stayed together for another 2 to 3 months after that argument. If what I posted wasn't true, why aren't you suing me?" That's a good point, because she made some damning allegations. "I never needed to upset your family. As soon as we broke up, you publicly posted with an OnlyFans girl at dinner, then flew a stripper from Melbourne, the city I live in, to Queenstown."
That's why she got mad.
Yeah. "To Queenstown to spend time with you. To Queenstown to spend time with you there, just to now be playing happy families and trying to make it right again. You've been on a bender since the day we broke up. You're a pathetic mess of a man, and no one should ever believe a word that comes out your narcissistic mouth." Oh, shit. And she posts pictures with him at Nobu. Where's MTK at? We gotta wait for him. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I hope you boys are enjoying this. We ready? Okay, so now we got screenshots with Dan Hooker's wife. You see it. Look at the screen. It says Dan's wife. Okay, so she was texting Dan's wife, and it goes, "Just posted it up so I can see it, like all my family and friends, etc. So disgusting that he thinks it's a flex. Like publicly showing he's on a date with her is insane. I'm cracking up at the post, LOL. Serves him right for being so fucking brazen. The music." So this is messages from Dan's wife. It's coming from the left column. That means that that's Dan's wife. By default.
To who? She sent that to who?
To her.
Oh, so they're going back and forth now.
She was in contact with Dan's wife. They were both pissed off that Dan posted this new OnlyFans model on his story. She's like, so disrespectful. She posted that up for my family and friends to see. What a bitch, Dan.
Whoa.
Dan disrespecting his own wife, and his wife fucking venting to his stripper mistress. She goes, "You posted up with an OnlyFans girl at dinner before I posted a thing about you. You hurt your own family 1,000% fold. I just posted the truth about you and your activities after that fact." So then she aired him out after he already aired himself out. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, his family, of course, follows her. So here's text messages now. I don't know who between, but it goes, "I was horny. Fair. Sorry, girl, but he's really chewing my ear off with the fantasies, and I mean, he's in a whole new apartment without you. What was I supposed to think?" She goes, "Yeah, I get it. I put him there so he's not doing dumb shit around the kids. I didn't have a go at you last time. Just found it bizarre he called me to tell me that. Last time, ? There's been lots of times. He really loves the drama. Not sure if he's done this for me to relate to Kira or what, but they're not together anymore. But you must have been getting with him when he was with her. If you're saying you've got with him lots. But you must, with him lots. Since October 2024, ? Like I said, it's so I don't question it. So you've been getting with him since October 2024? That's when he first got with Kira too. I don't know. I sort of mind my business and don't ask him questions. I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. Also, you've been on my story before and didn't say a word, so I left it. Wait, sorry, got confused with dates there. He's been with Kay since October 2023, lol. Why didn't you stay the night with him? And then she goes, I'm over this. Yeah, I'm over this clown ass man and his bullshit. I have receipts for everything I've ever said and claimed. He's been getting away with his toxic, abusive ways for years. His actions hurt people, and that has nothing to do with me. I just shared my truth, and now he's trying to turn it around like he left me and I'm bitter over money. Question mark, sir? Question mark. Like you didn't break my Cartier bracelet right off my wrist and have your foot on my neck the night before your fight. Please don't respond again. I'm so over this foolery. Gape a little more for them is crazy. Gape a little more for them. Oh, and I haven't leaked anything off those photos circulating. He must have sent it to one of his mans. So there's new photos circulating that no one's really seen yet, or the MMA media cycle has not picked up on yet. But I did want to bring this to everybody's attention. She says, oh, and I haven't leaked anything off those photos circulating. He must have sent it to one of his mans. So there's
And
new
she
photos
dropping this
circulating
on her stories, or
on
what
her
is she dropping?
stories. On her stories. I was peeping her story today.
What is her name, dude?
I don't have it off the top of my hand, but let me read you more. This is like the second to last one. Okay. These are text messages between her and Dan now. Now she just revealed the text with her and Dan's copying to all of it in the messages. He's copying to all of it. Like a sad puppy, bro. So hear this out. It's got nothing to do with the toys. This is her. It's the fact that you've got a corn addiction and you don't even watch any straight corn. You just watch gay corn and orgies and threesomes and just the most outlandish shit. Then spend your days on a swingers website looking for things that excite you. These aren't things that align with me. And then something so bad that she had to blur it out. Okay, she blurred out the following text, but then she goes on to also say, it's to do with you doing all these things that make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable. And then he goes, don't want to, he goes, I'm sorry. I don't want anyone else. I only want you. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I'm sorry that looking on that website made you feel like that. It's just a kink thing. I don't want to act on any of that, or I don't want to act out any of that stuff. We have incredible sex, and I'm 100% happy in our sex life. I get defensive because I'm disappointed in myself that I let you down, lied, and upset you. But truthfully, I logged on, got disgusted, and logged off. I don't want to log on to that website ever again. She goes, I've thought about this carefully. Regardless of your intentions, being on swingers sites makes me feel unsafe, turned off, and disconnected from you. This isn't something I can compromise on or talk myself into being okay with. I need a relationship where my boundaries are respected without defensiveness or secrecy. I'm watching actions, not words. He goes, I understand that it would make you feel unsafe. So you are saying, what about our relationship? Question mark. Is this something we can work through? She goes, it's to do with you doing all these things that make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable. Go explore and have filthy experiences. It's fine. But when you're promising me the opposite, it's wild. These things are obviously more of a priority to you. So go do that. Go spend your time at orgies and fucking strangers or watching corn for hours. He goes, no, it's fucked up, disgusted with myself, to be honest. I don't want to be that person. Just for myself, it's unhealthy. So, I mean, if that's not part 2 of the Dan Hooker files, I don't know what is.
That is crazy.
But that is part 2 of the Dan Hooker files, and arguably worse than part 1. In fact, I reviewed part 1, and it is 100,000,000% worse and more damning than part 1. What does the chat have to say? You are just at a complete loss for words, and I'm shocked too. But I also have digested this all day because I woke up to this news. Tony Sal's dying laughing.
The fact that he just like posted these pictures so nonchalant with all these girls, I guess, that I had no idea all this other stuff was going on. Zero idea of this going on. But you know what's crazy? Like, Shannon Sharp just got fired from ESPN for an OF girl, bro.
Yeah. It's I guess everybody has, you know, this is what I've realized. So I always kind of like project my preferences, and I think that that's the norm. But the truth of the world is that everybody, they like something, right? There's something for everybody. And so, but for me, that's like so not my type. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I see the trouble in that. I feel like, you know, for me, I wouldn't be able to help the jealousy, so to speak, right? I'm showing the fucking wrong
But you
thing.
know, here's the other thing too. Like, if you want to really go deeper into it, the I'm a perfect example of this, bro. But like doing drugs, going to strip clubs. I know OF girls. I know escorts, bro. Like you know, like those scenes you saw in Wolf of Wall Street. You get to a point where you just keep crossing those sexual lines, and you become more of a sexual deviant. And the more you do that, the more you need to cross another line to get off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the more you start getting this filthy mindset, and the more you're being able to actually live out some of your darkest fantasies, it becomes this like thing that you chase, like a craving,
Mm-hmm.
a sexual like crack.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have all the money to do it. And then you have an OF girl like, dude, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And at first she's like, okay, let's do it, right? But she doesn't know how far you'll take it. But the fact that you have money, you could be like, well, I'll just go meet somebody else if you don't want to do it, and I'll just go throw money at that, and I'll be able to do it with her. You know, and so guys, dude, I think I told you before, like I went 2 weeks without, I'm going on another 2 weeks without corn. And because your mind gets distorted
Mm-hmm.
on these sexual fantasies of what you want to lust for. Going out with a girl just doesn't do it for you anymore, you
Yeah.
know? And this is evident, right? We can just go down the names of like Shannon Sharp. That was evident. And guys having all this money and being able to find these like dimes, the girls, they don't care that they're not like how many bodies they have or what they're doing. That moral standard to them doesn't matter to them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They
They're on
just
to the
want that.
next kink. It's almost like, you know,
Bro, it's like a drug, right? But they
yeah,
found a
it's a high.
million. Yeah, it's a high, but they found a million different forms of highs on OF, on porn sites or on swinger clubs, wherever they can get that next little, you know, because really what they're doing is the nut, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're chasing.
Mm-hmm.
That euphoria is really what you're chasing. But that's one of the best drugs in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, right?
I could be a bit of a freak too. I'm not gonna lie, and I do see like Juice saying, "Let me find out MTK a freak too." And it's like I could be a freak too. But
Ah.
some of the crazy shit, some of the crazy shit. Let me ask. Let me ask you a question. Do you think some of that could come from like a lack of game or something? Like I do get what
I,
you're saying, but how do you even dabble in that in the first place? Like, meaning like you know, could you be not even insinuating this about you, right? But I'm saying like I actually think you might have a little bit more game than a Dan Hooker per se.
but
But
I think I think it's two things, right? Because
what?
I will say this, like I've been to strip clubs, bro. I was like strip club like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But we knew all the homegirls there. We weren't going to pay because all the homegirls were coming back with us because one of the dudes like was dating somebody. She brought all her friends, and then it became like a drug party,
Mm-hmm.
a sex drug party, right?
Mm-hmm.
You add all those things into the equation, which come on, knowing what Dan Hooker, there's something else going
He
on in there too,
experienced
brother.
that and he wanted to continue doing it, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah,
And
that
so
became his new kink. So now you can't just have a girl come over to the house or go get a hotel room with a baddie, right?
right. I
Because you've
mean,
been doing these orgies with
and
coke and all kinds of things.
let's be honest, sex is an addiction too. I mean, that's why Corn is one of the highest rated websites in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's why, you know, I mean it goes real deep if you want to get deep on it, but the game part of it, right? Like I could be at the strip club and have all the game in the world, like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Like blah blah blah. Hey, I'll run into you afterwards when we go over to the spot. Cool, I'll see you there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then once you get into that world of being, you know, a sexual freak or a deviant, and you just add the drugs and alcohol to it, bro. Like you're so blindsided because all you want is that one thing of the nut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it go as dark as you can, like to
Yeah.
get off.
It's a slippery slope. I feel you.
A
I feel
very
you.
slippery slope,
I think
bro.
you
It's
hit
a
the nail on the head pretty well there, to be
yeah. It's
honest. I don't have much to add.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're hitting the nail on the head for damn sure. It's all making sense to me.
And it's crazy. Like I'm going on my 3rd week of Ramadan right now. Like how much I've been able to change my life around. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
this isn't like I have to do a lot of hard looks in the mirror the past, shit, my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
bro. But
Yeah.
but it's so crazy, bro. I was just telling something the other day. It's like, bro, we can go into social media right now, and we have these girls being proud of how many bodies they have,
Mm-hmm.
being proud of they're on OF. You know what I mean? Being proud of like all these things that like they shouldn't be proud of. But
That girl's proud of it for sure.
social media has made it where it's okay to be like that, bro. Someone was just posting something the other day with Kim Kardashian. She's like 40, I don't know how old she is, like 40 something, but still selling that sexual swag.
Mm-hmm.
Like how that's a drug within itself too, the vanity portion of it.
The attention, the validation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there's so many things you could spin off of that I'm glad now that I have a lot more clarity, bro. Just even right now, bro, like I just started drinking water right now. That will make you really understand who you are and what your cravings are.
Mm.
And until you can understand that and start answering those deeper questions, you will always chase consumption. And the best consumptions are sex,
Yeah,
drugs,
I
and
was gonna
alcohol.
say indulgence, but another word for it is consumption. Yeah. It's an
All
interesting
right,
topic for
MTK,
sure.
that's all. That's all MTK got.
But here's what I would say. I almost wouldn't blame people who really get into that because who doesn't want to maybe explore that? I guess the problem is getting addicted to it, right? If you partake in one orgy and you don't continue to do it, so to speak, and let it ruin your life, who cares?
Right.
Who cares? But it's the ones who kind of get involved in it and they can't really seem to let it go.
Here's the thing too. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I can't tell you the amount of times I've been in like almost like drug fused, like not Diddy parties, but like very low key Diddy parties.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like,
Everybody's so drugged out that it just starts to go
so
down.
consenting adults though, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
no one was like really switching girls per se,
Uh-huh.
but like it wasn't a big deal. Like if you were like doing something with a girl next to your homie doing something with a girl.
Yeah, I got
Like
you.
it didn't. But if I was sober, I would be like, nah, I would feel
You'd
uncomfortable.
be like, yo, what the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the fact that you're so like in this mind space of like, oh, I want to push the limits.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing too. I want to push the limits. I want to go a step further, just to have that even a more of a euphoria feeling. It can, like you said, it's a very slippery slope.
And the drugs and
And
alcohol, it's also to enhance.
and the money. So now you get enticed to like, oh, I saw this girl on Instagram. Oh, she's bad. Oh, I just found out she's on OnlyFans. Oh, I can throw all the money at her in the world.
That's,
Dude,
I think,
Shannon Sharp.
the cardinal rule you can never break,
But
in my opinion.
But like Shannon Sharp's a good example, bro. Shannon Sharp, bro, was like, I don't know what that how much he ended up paying, but I know it was in the millions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he got fired from ESPN, bro. Like, you know how much money he left on the table for an OF girl?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
But it's because they're like fucking with these chicks like contractually instead of off like the tip
But-
that they like them, and that's because they're throwing money at them from the start. If you want to pay for a tuggy at a massage parlor, don't get it wrong. I'm chill with that. You feel me? Go pay for it. But if you're paying women to like you and be with you and spend time with you and be in these entanglements, that's the cardinal rule I would never break. I would never break that. Do not lead with money. That's a lesson for all the boys. Do not lead with money when it comes to these bitches.
And here's the flip side of that. The girl will then be enticed because she doesn't have that world, right? She doesn't have like this guy sitting on millions of dollars. I don't know if Dan Hooker is, but I'm using Shannon Sharp as an example. This could change my world.
Well, that's why it's so enticing for the man, because we instinctually know that. Subconsciously, we know the dynamic. It's like seeing a girl, right, pulling up in a Mercedes. Think about this, right? A baddie pulls up in a Mercedes, or a baddie, same baddie, pulls up in a little bit of a beater. Which one are you gonna have more confidence to go up to and talk to, though?
Oh, the beater.
Exactly.
Sup, girl?
Because you could come save her. The one in the Mercedes, you are gonna be a little bit intimidated, and that's the same thing. Like, you know, as a man, I think being a millionaire, you now you that have that complex with every woman because
Yeah.
right, you can give them a life that they wish they want to have. And that's like any average woman, right? They could be driving like a nicer car than a beater, but you still can give them a life that they still don't have. And I think it's very enticing for guys like Shannon Sharp. We won't say about Dan Hooker. Because Dan Hooker,
Yeah.
he was like, you know, Dan Hooker had it backwards. He went and tried to get that lifestyle before he made the bread. That's why he'd been fighting so much. That's why he'd been taking these ass beatings. He's just fighting for show purses. He don't even think he's gonna win these fights. He's like, shit, I'm paying for this bitch's mortgage.
I just need the money.
Yeah, yeah. He did it backwards. He got the fucking toxic stripper bitch and bought her
But you know,
before he made his bag.
but you know how many probably stories there are out there like this though?
Yeah,
Just one that got exposed.
yeah. It's crazy. You know, yeah. Yeah. You know,
You
I
got to
don't
do
blame people. What?
you got to do the Trump move where you're just like, and
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say I don't really blame like Dan for stepping out on his wife or these kinds of things. Like I think you know people almost make it seem so normal that you're just gonna be faithful for your whole life, and like I don't know. I think that people act like it's not harder than it really is to do something like that. So I don't even look
well,
down on Dan for that. But these files being released and like the gay stuff is kind of crazy, and the corn
that is,
addiction
but
and
that's a whole nother
and
level.
paying money for the chick. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's a
what I
whole.
look down on. Like if you were to hit up a girl and you had a girlfriend on the side, I would not care one bit.
But you know what's crazy? There's some guys out there that think like, well, I'm gonna spend money if I'm in a relationship anyway. I might as well just spend money on someone that like I don't have to be with for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I guess maybe coping though,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because you know she's
But,
not gonna like you for you, and then what's the point in spending time with her? Because you
yeah.
know that's what you're saying you want to do, spend time with her, but she truly doesn't want to
That's a
unless you pay
and
her.
that's a different question too. Yeah, but that's a
Yeah,
different question too. So you know.
I think that's a solid way to kind of end it, or what? You got more thoughts
Yeah,
about it?
no, that's it.